I've been selling on Amazon for 7 years. I've also been doing the Amazon Influencer Program for 1 year. And today I'm going to break down the pros and cons to each model and help you decide what is going to be the best fit for you. Let's get into it. All right, so let's dive right into it. And the first thing I want to do is help you understand what are these programs. So let's first talk about the Amazon Influencer Program. For those that don't know, you can go and become what's called an Amazon influencer through Amazon's platform. And basically you take your phone, you make simple 60-second videos of a product that is bought or sold on Amazon. You upload it directly to Amazon, not to any social media platforms. You do not drive any traffic. And if somebody watches that video and then buys the product, then you are going to get a commission. So that is the Amazon Influencer Program broken down in a nutshell. Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. You go to sell.amazon.com and you can become an Amazon seller. And basically what we do as Amazon FBA sellers is we find a product, we source it, we have our manufacturer ship it to an Amazon fulfillment center, and then we leverage all of Amazon's millions of customers. And as soon as somebody buys the product, then Amazon is going to ship that product to the customer in 1 to 2 days. So both of these models, we are leveraging the largest infrastructure in the world, and that's Amazon.com. We're taking advantage of the massive amounts of people that are going and shopping every single day. But the golden question is, what are the pros and cons? What are the main differences, and what should I be looking for? Should I sell? Should I be an Amazon influencer? Should I do both? Let's break it down. And the first thing that I want to talk about now that we understand what the programs are is I want to break down the profit potential. And since I've been doing Amazon FBA for 7 years, I've been doing the influencer program for a year, I can kind of open up the curtains and give you guys kind of my honest results and share with you guys my opinions on the profit potential. So let's first jump into my Amazon FBA business. We can see in the last 12 months, we have done just over $700,000 with my main account. And then my second account, we have done just over $475,000. So every single year we are selling over $1.2 million on Amazon, and the profits range anywhere from $10,000 profit per month up to $30,000 profit. It just depends on the month. Some months are more profitable, and some months like July with Prime Day and Q4 during November and December, the holiday season, people just shop more, so profits are definitely going to increase during those months. So that is the FBA side of thing. Profits are absolutely insane, but so is the Amazon Influencer Program. I've been doing it for a year, and the same rule applies. Depending on the month, you're going to have increases and spikes in commissions, where other months it's going to be down a little bit. So for example, in July, we absolutely crushed it, did over $5,000 profit, where then the next month we dropped down to like $3,500. But then in the last 30 days, we are back up to $4,500 profit. So again, depending on the month, we're anywhere from $3,000 all the way up to $5,000 in profits. So those are kind of the breakdowns, but let's break down the time and the commitment that is required to build both of the businesses. So like I mentioned, I've been doing the Amazon Influencer Program for a year, and I've been selling on Amazon now for 7 years. And I've been consistently doing 7 figures per year for the last, I think, like 5 years. And so when it comes to the time put in, I will say Amazon FBA is going to be a lot more time up front. But once you get it up and going, you can manage it with only spending a couple hours per week and maintain it. But if you want to continue to scale it, then you're obviously going to need to put in more work. And basically the same thing is applicable for the Amazon Influencer Program. It's a lot of front-end work to get the videos filmed, to get them uploaded. But once they're uploaded, you could literally forget about it, and you would be making residual profits every single day like it's clockwork. So it would be legitimately 100% passive. So if you go film 100 video reviews, those 100 video reviews are going to be making you money every single day. Now, if you want to continue to grow, continue to increase profits, and continue to make more money, then you're going to need to continue to put in more effort. So when you step back and compare them apples to apples, the time spent to get them up and running, I will say Amazon FBA is probably going to take more time. There's just a little bit more to learn. The learning curve is a little bit higher, where the Amazon Influencer Program, you can't really go wrong. It's just you need to just put in the reps and just get videos cranked out. So the time, yes, you have to spend time up front. It's not like all of a sudden you're just making money without doing any work. And I hate when people get into either business, whether it's Amazon FBA or Amazon influencers, and they're like, oh, I've been at it for a week or 2 weeks or a month and I'm only making $1,000. Like, this sucks. And it's like, dude, you haven't even spent but a couple hours a day or even a couple hours per week. So again, you get out what you put in, but when you compare the two, I will say Amazon FBA is going to take a little bit more time. Now, this is going to jump into the next thing that I want to kind of compare is the scalability factor. And what I mean by this is which one can you actually scale basically beyond something bigger than yourself? And the answer is Amazon FBA is going to be a lot more scalable. You're going to be able to launch more products. You're going to be able to build an actual business that is going to continue to grow beyond the $10,000, $20,000 per month that I've seen really kind of the top influencers make. And that is where I've seen it's not necessarily a cap, but the top influencers that I know are making anywhere from $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month. Again, you can increase it, which there is some scalability to that. But an Amazon FBA business, I'm already past that $10,000, $20,000 per month. And if I want, I could take that even that much further. I could take it to 8 figures. I could take it to 9 figures. I mean, I know sellers that are doing literally $1 million to $3 million per month. So they're doing 6 figures in profit per month. And as far as I know, I don't know any Amazon influencers that are doing that much in profits. So when you compare them, you do have the scalability factor when it comes to Amazon. You do have the opportunity to grow it a little bit bigger, but it might not matter. You might just be fine with making $5,000, $10,000 per month, and you are stoked about that. So that is one thing to consider is the scalability factor. And with the Amazon Influencer Program, you do have to be the one doing all of the reviews every single time, where Amazon FBA, I can outsource, I can hire people to do certain tasks for me. And yes, you can do that to a certain extent with the influencer program, but you can't basically run the thing on autopilot like an FBA business can. So that is the scalability factor. Now I want to talk about the capital that's required to get up and going. So let's compare between Amazon influencers and Amazon FBA. What is going to require more startup costs? And you probably know this already, but Amazon FBA is going to require a lot more because the Amazon influencer program literally requires $0. You don't need any capital to get up off the ground and running. The Amazon Influencer Program, you're not buying any inventory. You're not spending any money on advertising. You're literally just taking your phone that you already have and just filming yourself. You could invest in a tripod, but most people might already have one and technically you don't even need a tripod. Or you could invest in like a little lav mic that's like $30 on Amazon, which technically you don't even need that. So if you want to get into like the really fine print, like okay, let's say $30, $40 to start the Amazon Influencer Program to get a tripod and a mic, which technically you don't even need, where Amazon FBA, I'm going to recommend at least $5,000. You're going to need to be purchasing inventory. You're going to need to launch the product. You're going to need to pay for product photography, and you're going to need to actually buy the stuff to get the business up off the ground and running, where again, Amazon influencers, you already have the stuff to review. So that is a huge selling point, in my opinion, to the influencer program. But what I like about the capital that's needed for the FBA program, there's a barrier to entry that most people aren't willing to enter. And so that is where you can take advantage of it if you have the capital, because you can start the business and continue to grow it month after month and scale it to a lot bigger than the influencer program. Now let's jump to the next thing that I want to compare, which is what business model is going to be easier. And the Amazon influencer program is going to take the cake, take the win with this particular comparison. But at the end of the day, when you look at both business models, they're relatively simple if you know what you're doing. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, the Amazon influencer program, you can get lucky and you can literally just start making money like without really knowing what you're doing. But the Amazon FBA program, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to make money, period. But if you do know what you're doing, then it is pretty straightforward. And for me, launching a product, finding a product, getting it to page 1, like that process is so simple because I've done it so many times. And we have an entire blueprint to get people launching, literally starting from 0 to then launching their first product to 5 figures per month. So that particular process, if you don't know what you're doing, it is very complicated, but if you have a system, then it's pretty straightforward. But the Amazon Influencer Program is as simple as it gets. You literally just need to get the account approved, which is the most difficult part. But then from there, you just pick up your phone and you start reviewing products. There are little tips, little strategies, little hacks that you can do to implement to scale and grow your influencer account. But for the most part, the influence program is pretty darn simple. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a major pro for Amazon FBA. And in my opinion, this is a massive con to the Amazon Influencer Program, and it's the sellability factor. And what I mean by this is when you build an Amazon FBA business, you own the rights to the brand, to the listing, to the intellectual property, to the manufacturing rights, literally the entire business, what operates the business. And you can sell that to an investor or to somebody else 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. Where an Amazon influencer account, you can't sell it. You are the business, like you're the one making the videos, and you can't just say, hey, you want to buy this account. And I mean, you might be able to, but as far as I'm aware of, like, I don't know why anybody would want to buy your influencer account. And so for me, this is a massive pro for Amazon FBA, is if you want to build up the business and then you want to cash out and sell for 7-figure exit, you totally can. Where Amazon influencers, you're just basically going to say, okay, I'm done with this, and just let it ride out. And eventually, in probably 5-8 years, it'll just dwindle and probably won't be there. And so that is, in my opinion, another main reason that I love Amazon FBA is the fact that you have an asset that you can sell. The next thing I want to talk about is taking into consideration your personality type. I know a lot of people are not super comfortable getting in front of the camera and filming some videos, which, to be honest, they're so simple and anyone can do it. But I do know that some people are just like, no, I won't do that. And I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But there are people that are like, no, I don't want to do the camera, and that's fine. And if that's you, then the Amazon Influencer Program is not going to be a good fit for you. And Amazon FBA is going to be the one that you're going to want to do, because you can literally sit behind your computer screen and you can hide, and you don't need to show your face. You don't need to talk. You don't need to make any videos. You can do it literally from the comfort of your home. Well, you can do both of them from the comfort of your home. But if you have that kind of introvert personality, then Amazon FBA might be the better fit for you. Now, jumping into the last thing that I want to compare is, where can you do these business models? Do you have to live in a certain country? Can you do them literally anywhere? What is the answer? And the answer is Amazon FBA, you can sell from literally any country. So as long as you have access to a computer and internet, you can sell on Amazon. And you don't even need to speak that good of English. Like, I know people that don't speak a lick of English, and they use Google Translate. They use ChatGPT to help them with the listing creation and all of that process, and they're able to sell on Amazon. Where the Amazon Influencer Program, the best countries to live in are going to be the United States, Canada, and the UK. If you live in those 3 countries, then the Amazon Influencer Program is going to be a great fit, because you have the accessibility to Amazon products is a lot easier. You speak English because the videos are going to be in English. And the program is just going to be a little bit easier to get approved if you live in those countries. And so that is another thing to factor in, is if you live outside of the US, or Canada, or the UK, then selling on Amazon is probably going to be the better fit for you. So those are some things to take into consideration. Again, those are some pros, those are some cons between the models. And the golden question for me, and what I want to give to you, is my takeaway and my personal opinion. So like I've mentioned, I've been selling on Amazon for 7 years, which is crazy. The Amazon Influencer Program for a year. What one am I going to recommend if it was me? And my answer is simple. I would recommend to do both. If you have the capital and you want to get a business up off the ground and running, Amazon FBA is phenomenal. But at the same time, while you're building your Amazon FBA business, you can build at the same time your Amazon influencer business, your Amazon influencer side hustle, and bring in some extra revenue to help fund the business. So that is kind of one side. And then there's the side where you don't have any capital and you're like, well, I want to build a business. I want to sell on Amazon, but I don't have the funds. Well, you then start an influencer account. You start building up reviews. You start building up the commissions. And before you know it, you're making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month. And just like that, you can roll those profits into building an Amazon FBA business that is going to be more scalable and it is a sellable asset. So for me, you can get the best of both worlds. You can do both of them at the same time. There's no conflict of interest. And what's amazing is both require minimal effort and time commitment to be successful. So for me, again, the Amazon Influencer Program, I'm spending less than a couple hours per week and I'm making $4,000 plus per month in profits. Insane. My Amazon FBA business, I'm spending about the same amount of effort, less than 4 hours per week. If I'm launching new products, I'm spending a little bit more, but if I just maintain it, it's less than 4 hours per week. Obviously, to get it up and going, it's going to be a little bit more, but looking at the two, they're some of the greatest business models I've ever seen. And the reason that I'm so passionate about this and why I'm making videos about this is because these programs have changed my life. And if they've changed my life, they can change your life too. As a matter of fact, they've changed my entire family's life. I've got my brother selling on Amazon. He just crossed 6 figures per month. Like this month, he's doing 6 figures in sales and he's just crushing it. He'll probably do like 40K profit, more than me this month. He's also doing the influence program and is crushing it. My sister, my brother-in-law, my other sister-in-law, my 2 sister-in-laws, my mother-in-law, literally my entire family is doing and taking advantage of both opportunities. Both are selling on Amazon, both are doing the influencer program, and just like that, we're making a living because of these 2 programs. So both work as long as you put in the work. Again, there's the pros and the cons, and to me, the biggest con to FBA is the startup costs. You have to have the money to invest, and then the biggest con to the Amazon Influencer Program is you have to get in front of the camera, which again, to me, that's not really a con because you should get over yourself if you're scared to get in the front of the camera, because if you can make $4,000 profit per month by making stupid review videos, get over yourself. And then another con is if you live outside of those 3 countries that I listed, Canada, the United States, or the UK, that is going to be kind of a tough situation where the influencer program is probably not going to be the best fit for you. So anyways, that's my breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you guys found value in this, and I hope you guys now have a better direction of what you want to do. And again, if I was you, I would be taking advantage of both and grabbing your bag and making that money and changing your life, because these programs have changed my life. If you guys are new, subscribe, like the video, drop a comment, and we will see you in the next one.